Baby chicks, baby chicks. Gotta love these baby chicks. They're about 2 weeks old now, just running around. We're all hanging out, just starting to really get to know each other and starting to not be so scared of me and being able to do what it is that they need to do. And all interested in me and wanting to play with me and wanting to learn more about what it is that I'm doing for them. They're no longer running away scared. They're way more interested in me. It's just the coolest of the coolest to be able to hang around these guys and do what it is I need to do with them. Baby chicks, just some cute old baby chicks. Hi, I wonder, how many of y'all ran into a situation where you felt like, man, why is this person just always pushing my buttons? Why is he always trying to say something just to get me to move, to get me to respond, to get me to say something back? Why is this person just always just riding me all the time and me feeling like I'm not in control at all? My name is Mark Anthony DuBose Jr., and I was born July 4th of 1986. Today I want to talk a little bit about why there's some people out here that just have the inkling in them to just want to try and push your buttons just to see what you're going to do, just to try and, I don't know, satisfy themselves or try and figure out how they can get and take and have from you in some sort of way. Why is it that some people on this planet just say some really mean and hateful and evil type words just because? They just want to express themselves. They want to put themselves out there. They want to try and show the world who they are and what they're all about. Or what is it that's going on when we got some people out here that are just so quick to just so fast to just try to say some hurtful things to you? They're just quick to it. You do something, you're a little slow, and they're just, you stupid, you just pathetic, you worthless, you no good, you nobody. Why is it that we have some people around us that act in such a way? Why is it that we have some people that just every time that you could be 15 seconds late, 15 seconds, I'm not talking 15 minutes, 15 minutes is 15 minutes, but 15 seconds behind, that when they get to you, they're just going crazy, and then they got every worst, mean, ruthless word to be able to possibly say to you consistently over and over and over and over again. Where they just call you stupid, they call you ugly, they call you fat, they call you skinny, they call you pathetic, they call you meaningless, they call you all that stuff right there. Those are some real good words that, we can go on forever in reality with the type of words that these certain people out there just try to put upon you, try to say to you, to try to, I don't know, like maybe get in your feelings to let you know that they're still there, that they're still alive, or what's going on with that. I wonder, how many of y'all run into people like this? Or is that just me, Mark Anthony DuBose Jr., that walks around this planet that feels like every time I go anywhere, I do anything. I'm about anything that I do. I mean, I could be in the grocery store, because the grocery store is the main place I go. Or sometimes like I'll be in the clothes store, getting some clothes that I just have people around me that are just always on their mission of trying to like just say something that they know is going to make that other person like get down, I guess. Get in their feelings, get a little like, why did you do that? Like kind of just really, really push inside of you. Why is it that people walk on this planet and do that? You know why? Because I kind of feel like I have a little idea why, a little reasonings why, a little inside of me why of some people just do this. And the little bits that I feel like is because they see something that they just can't have and can't obtain and can't be about. That they see something in you that they just only could wish and desire and dream and just have a passion about. How can I be able to do that? And then for their only thing that they can do is, instead of like trying to say, ask you for some assistance on how is it that you're doing that? How is it that you're getting through your day like that? How is it that you're able to just consistently just keep going regardless of what seems to be damaging things keep coming to you? How is it that you're still so positive? How is it that you're just still so motivating and motivated to be able to do what it is that you do? Instead of them coming and asking questions like that, they come in and just say, you stupid, you worthless, you pathetic, to try to like bring you down instead of them trying to bring themselves up. But at the same time, I just know. I know this about a certain group of people that are on this planet, that they just have it in them that the only way that they can feel happy is to see and to damage someone and to see them in distress and to see them hurt and to see them damaged. That's the only way to really get them excited inside. That for me, I appreciate being able to be out here to do what it is that I do with what I have out here. That I greatly appreciate being able to be consistent with what I do and stay at it with what I do, to really like just show the world like it is possible It is possible. It is possible for you to be able to just do something, say you're going to do something, and get it done regardless of what's going on. Regardless of what's going on in the background, regardless of what's going on around you, to just be someone that's focused, determined, and on a mission. And on a mission that can't be slowed down, that can't be stopped, that can't be torn down, that can't be sabotaged, that can't be nothing. A mission that's just dedicated. A mission that's just full force going and has no way of even thinking of wanting, even caring to even consider to stop. And I wonder, why is it that is something that just really, ooh, Johnny, you need a brushing. Why is it that some people just really have it in them to try and slow someone down that's doing something like that? That they just have it. They just have absolutely no desire in them to try and like get better. They just want to just damage and damage and damage. And they just want to keep on destroying. They just want to stay destructive. They just want to stay on that path of just feeling absolute worthless to the point that I need everyone else around me to be the same worthlessness that I have inside of me. And I say that because that's a very interesting thing, because that's what I know that these people are. They have that inside of them. They have this emptiness inside of them, and that's why they have to project that emptiness out, that they can't be, say, them true selves, their true beings, their true ways that they always are constantly hiding every single day. And the second that you're doing something that they wish that they could be doing, that's when they can't control themselves, that they have to just lash out and say some childish things to you that you would say as a 5-year-old to another 5-year-old in kindergarten, just trying to get at them and try to be look, your mama's stupid, your mama sucks. Just silly stuff like that to try to get into your feelings that they're so childish. They're like little children that still have yet to grow up, that have yet to be able to get themselves to be able to do anything and be anything or be about anything on this planet. That you're just so childish to the point that they have to try and say some mean things instead of anything that's of what's a good term? Support. Anything that's actually of any sort of gratitude. That they are just inside not knowing how to do, how to act, how to be, that they got to do that to everyone else to just get a little happy. And it's crazy that they have, the only way that they can say get happy is by putting destruction upon people. That they just want to say some things to get a reaction. And the reaction is never a good reaction that you get from them. It's never a reaction that's just like, oh, you're doing better. No, it's a reaction to try to really steer your world up, to really bring you down, to make you think that what you're doing is wrong and everything about your life is wrong and everything that you've been doing is worthless. It's interesting that these people, these specific people that walk this planet, there's a lot of these people that walk on this planet. It just fascinates me. It really does fascinate me. You know, there was a time in the day that I felt like I was damaged and was getting destroyed by people like this. But then once you realize a whole lot more information about what's going on and how things are, you get super fascinated with these people and you kind of want to like put yourself around them even more. I don't know why I purposely do that today. Where I purposely today put myself around them more because they know that they can't mess me up. They know they can't slow me down. They know they can't damage me. They know they can't destroy me in any sort of way. Even though they still try, they still try, but they just can't quite do it. And it just really gets into them to just like, why is this happening? Why is this going on? Why are you not getting shut down? Why are you not getting pissed off? Why are you not getting irritated? Why are you still just going with even more intensity than you were before I even started messing with you? It's very interesting that these people just want to try to destroy and destroy and destroy and absolutely destroy. It really tickles me today. And I know some of y'all are struggling today. It doesn't excite you in the way that it excites me, that you're still dealing with it. You're still in it. You're still not sure how to get around it. You're still not sure how to deal with it, that you're just struggling with it. And I'm telling you, the best way and the number one way that you're really going to start to get over this and get past this and get through this is just look at them and laugh at them. Just laugh at them and look at them like you a little kid, like you are just a little baby child that is still confused, that's still trying to figure out how to be able to tie their shoes and do the bunny rabbit ears and get it nice and tight and double tight so you don't have to keep on tying it all day and still learning how to use the potty where you're still having accidents here and there and you're still learning how to put your underwear on and still trying to figure out how to be able to maneuver on getting in the toilet the correct way and how to make it all happen. They're still that way. They're still that way, that they haven't grown up in any sort of way to be able to do anything productive on this planet outside of just trying to destroy everybody, because that's all that they're good at. That's all they can do, because that's all a child can do when it's not getting its way is destroy. And the only way that you're going to be able to get through this and get past this and be able to understand this world in a whole different way, in a whole different sense, is to just be here, right now, just right here, right now. No past, no future, right here, right now. How are you doing right here, right now? You got this nagging going on over here right now. Just shut that out, shut that off, and just be right here, right now. And with that, you just got to really look at these people that are doing this stuff to you and just laugh at them and just laugh. I mean, in reality, this may be something to get you a little fast track on your mission of letting the people know you know. And letting the people know to just get off of me, to stop messing with me, is literally laugh. Just laugh. When they say something ruthless, when they look at you and they look at you, you pathetic, you stupid, you slow, and you just laugh. You just like, hey man, I know I'm all of that. But what are you doing? Just laugh about it and just mirror it and throw it right back at them. Just don't say those words at them, but just say, what are you doing that's any different? What are you doing that's better? Just to really let them know that you're onto them, that no matter what they say, you're just gonna chuckle it off and then just move forward. And everything on this planet is about habits and creating new habits and creating change in those habits. And when you just keep doing it and you keep doing it and you keep doing it, you're gonna start to realize that it just comes to be autopilot. And then instead of you being an autopilot, that when they look at you and they say to you that you stupid and that you slow and that you worthless, your autopilot now is stuck on, oh man, this sucks, I must be, I can't believe that. And your thinking just stays in that all day, all night, and you can't get out, you can't sleep, you can't eat, you can't work out, you can't do anything interesting, you can't get any of your chores done, you can't get any activities done, you can't do anything because you're just stuck in these thoughts of, I'm stupid and I'm slow and I'm pathetic, and you're listening to what someone on the outside has to say instead of listening to what you got to say, because you're constantly hearing those words, what they're saying out there, and it's bringing it into you, and you think that that's what you are, when instead you bring in a new habit, a change of a new habit to be able to move on with what it is that you need to do. And that new habit is laugh at them. Laugh at them and say, it's funny you feel that way, straight up just like this. It's funny you feel that way, little child. I know, don't say this to them. You know, you may end up in a sticky situation. But you say this to yourself. This is all self-figuring out, self-realization. You don't need to let that person know exactly what it is that you want to do and what you're trying to do and what you're trying to be about in reality. If you got people around you that are only just trying to damage you, there's no reason for you to tell them anything about what you're planning on doing, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to make happen, where you're trying to go, what you want in the future, what you're trying to do right now, and what you're trying to been doing, and anything like that. You don't need to communicate any of that with them. All you need to communicate to them is, oh yeah, okay, and give them a good laugh, give them a good chuckle, and just say, oh, okay, I'm happy you feel that way. And in your thinking, you need to change your thinking. You need to create a whole new habit of change in your thinking to be able to let that person know that it doesn't matter anymore. And you need to make that thinking change and be in a way that you look at them and you know that they are just a child that is yet to grow up, that doesn't know how to respond, that doesn't know how to react, that doesn't know how to do anything. And that's why they need to do all that to you. Because when they get you moving, when they get you excited, when they get you just cruising, when they get you irritated, when they get you pissed off, that's the only way that allows them to be able to get through the day, be able to be successful for the day. So if you have someone that's doing that to you all day, all the time, over and over, just constantly, that person is struggling. Like, leave that person for a week and see what happens. See what goes down. Like, that person, like this is an interesting phenomenon right here, people. I will straight say that if you got someone that's constantly doing that to you, just leave for a week. Just be gone. Just disappear. And watch how they're going to start begging you back. They're going to start off with, oh, you suck, you're mean, you're evil, you're pathetic, you're worthless. They're going to start with all that. But then they're going to get to the point that it hurts them so much, that they're going to be hurting so much inside that they're going to start begging for you back. They're going to say, please, please come back. Please come around me. Please, I need you. I need you. And then they'll stay in that for a little while. This is some serious psychology right here. Like, I wouldn't play games if you're in an intimate relationship with someone, but if you got a coworker out there that's doing some crazy stuff to you, there's no reason why that person should be doing that. You need to play some games with these people, because you can't allow them to just play the game to you and you just to sit there and be a worthless nobody doing nothing and just taking the hits over and over. That in reality, all of this works in all relationships as well. It's just a very interesting phenomenon how this is and what's going on with this, that I see what's going on here, and I have a very, very good, clear understanding of exactly what's going on here, that these people need you so much. That's why they have to degrade you. That's why they have to be ruthless to you. That's why they have to be mean to you. That's why they have to always keep sabotaging you. That's why they have to be so absolutely ruthless to the point of trying to make you want to even hurt yourself to the point of just absolute destruction. They have to do that because they don't know how to live. So when you leave them, they're going to be mean to you for a day, maybe even 2 days. But That's all it's going to take. And for them to just come back and do the whole begging and the pleading and the, I need you, baby. I can't be without you. I can't survive without you. I can't this without you. I can't that without you. And then you're going to really start to see who that person actually truly is, who they truly are inside, that little child inside that is so scared, that is so worried, that is so nervous, that is so terrified that they can't do anything on this planet without someone else. And if you leave them all by themselves, they're gonna not know how to function, how to be, how to make anything happen. Hey, Oreo. Hey, Johnny. Come on over here, guys. Let's get down. Let's get down. Johnny, let's get down. Johnny, down. I said it way too many times. We're gonna upgrade to number 2. Oh, Oreo, down. Okay, sorry about that. We got to make sure that this dog thinks that he's tough sometimes, and we got to really let him know who the boss man actually truly is. Same way that you got to really make sure you make that Oreo, let's get down. The same way that you really got to make sure to make happen that everything around and everyone around you, Oreo, let's get down. And I'm going to get serious at that moment because he thinks that they don't need to listen to me right now. They can do whatever they want to do right this moment. I love this. I just like being able to be what it is that I do, take care of what I need to take care of, and be able to express what it is that I need to express. Because this dog is starting to get a real good, clear understanding of exactly who I am because they both today want to challenge me. And I appreciate that. But back to the story of making sure that we are constantly making sure that we're not say testing, but challenging these people that want to just keep on trying to damage us, that want to keep on trying to ruin us, that want to keep on trying to just really get to us. And I don't know, so it's such a comparison with this Johnny here right now, with what it is that he decided to just do. I sat down, and then I gave him a good, firm, clear, straight down, and then he just looks at me like, no, I'm not gonna do it. So then I have to do something a little bit differently to let him know that I'm serious, that I'm not playing. And that's the whole concept of making sure that when someone wants to say something so damaging to you, someone wants to say something so ruthless to you, that you just look at them and you just give them a chuckle like, no, I'm not gonna deal with that. And you're not gonna deal with that because you don't need to deal with that, and you shouldn't deal with that, and you shouldn't have to deal with that. That you should know for a fact that you do not have to be someone's punching bag so that they could just keep on lashing out on you so that they could feel better, to just keep bringing you down and bringing you down and bringing you down. So what you need to do is you need to completely ignore them. You need to completely leave them and to let them be able to expose what exactly is going on here. And that's a good way to be able to test and challenge people to make sure that you have the correct people around you. Is don't communicate with them and see what happens. See what goes down. See how they treat you. See how they act around you. See how they start to change and mold into something completely different than they used to be to you. And that's a good way to be able to figure out exactly what's going on with how it is you need to move forward with what it is you need to move forward with. And some people are so hurt. They're so damaged inside, and it's got nothing to do with you. It's got everything to do with them, themselves, and whatever they're doing that they've decided that they don't want to work on, that they decided that they don't want to try to get better with, that they decided that they don't want to try to figure out how to be able to get themselves out of this situation that they're in, that they're just staying in it. And then some people are just staying in it, and they don't even realize that they're in it. So it's not for, say, us to try to educate them, because we're not going to be able to educate them. But if we really do just decide to let them know that we're not going to deal with this, that's going to be something that's going to make them change. It's going to make them have to have a self-reflection that you're not going to change them. They need to have a self-reflection of what's going on here. And the only way that someone's going to be able to have a self-reflection is if you decide to make a change of habits of the way that you act and you are and you do around them. That you really need to make sure that you're dialing up your skills to be able to make sure that you are taking care of your own self and not worrying about taking care of someone else who's only trying to damage you, who's only trying to hurt you. That you need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And the number one way that you can take care of yourself is to start to figure out who these people are that are around you and what these people are actually, what their intentions are. Or let's get down. What their intentions are with the people that are around you, that we need to make sure that we stay focused on being able to get ourselves in a better case scenario, in a better situation, instead of just getting worse and worse and worse and feeling like we're seeing someone else and everything else around us just getting better. That we need to really make sure that we're staying dialed in and staying focused on the long-term game here, and not a short-term game of a short-term drug hit fix, short-term alcoholic hit fix of making sure that we're moving forward, gaining forward, doing something greater on this planet, and not just staying the same and doing the same. And for some of us, we're in such damaging situations that we don't even know the steps of how to even be, like, say, possibly get out of it, how to possibly be able to deal with it, how to possibly be able to manage it, how to possibly do anything with it. And some people, unfortunately, you're in a married situation where you're kind of just like stuck in it. And then some of us, we're in like a married situation where we're not married, we're divorced, but yet there's children involved in it, that it ends up being a very, very, very sticky situation, because that other person still wants to ruthlessly play those games and tries to do all that, not caring or considering at all about the children. But at the same time, I have a good understanding, people. So there's something interesting about this world, that I think that we run into a situation where we're not quite clear, we're not quite sure, that I'm not quite sure with even myself, with growing up, with getting away, say, from my parents at a certain age and doing what is it I'm doing, that I'm not my parents' child. They raised a child to be able to be to society, to be able to do something. My children are not my children. My children are children that are being raised to be adults, to be able to be to society. That they're not my slave for the rest of my life. They're not my being for the rest of my life. They're to go out there to do something for you, to make sure that your life is better, to make sure that your life is able to move on. They're not here to make sure that my life is better, to make sure that my life moves on, to make sure that my life is good to go. And I feel like that's a situation that's going on today, that we have this huge dilemma where everyone thinks that your kids are mine and they're mine, and no one else can have them and no one else can say anything to them. It's like you're supposed to be pushing them off to society to make sure that society is able to function and do something great and awesome and fantastic on this planet, to be able to help and create and change and do something, not to just be your slave and just to be for you. And when you need someone, that they're always just there for you. That there's something weird going on with that. But outside of that, we need to make sure that we're not giving in to these people that want to just ruthlessly be mean. Or let's get down. That ruthlessly just want to be mean. I know what you're doing now, and you're not going to do that, homie. You're not changing from what I'm demanding. I'm currently demanding, and you're not going to deviate from that. Get down. You're not going to do anything different to think that anything different, get down, that anything different is going to happen from it. I'm telling you what I'm wanting. I'm telling you what I'm looking for. I make it very, very clear, very, very obvious, very, very, very simple. Let's get down. And I need you to make sure that you stay focused and stay dialed in with doing exactly what it is that I'm looking for. I'm not asking too much. I'm not asking too little. I'm asking something simple. Johnny down. Super simple. And I appreciate it. I just love these dogs. I love these animals. I love this whole situation today, because today is a day of my dogs wanting to challenge me today. Like today, multiple times today, they've been wanting to just really try to push my buttons today. And I kind of just, I don't know why, I don't know what it is, but I do know that when I'm in a, say, better way, better thinking more clearly, coming up with more revelations of my life and what I'm doing and what's going on with me, that they really just want to they want to just go head on with no, I don't care what you doing. I don't care how good you feeling. We're going to do something to try to to change that up for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's just such an interesting phenomena that I kind of just feel like I realize with these dogs, and mainly just these dogs. It's these two right here. That May is about to find a new home in a couple of days. That she's not going to be around here no more. And we got to bring a new dog in to be able to upgrade what it is we're working for, because that dog is maxed out with the capabilities, what she's able to do, that it's time for her to move on and move out to somewhere else, and she's going to find a good home and be with someone real good. But as far as being out here, it's not going to work out here. But at the same time, is it weird that I talk to my dogs like that? I don't know. Sometimes I have a very good understanding of exactly what's going on with them, that I can speak to them and they totally understand exactly what I'm saying, even though, I don't know, it's weird. Is that weird? I don't know. That might be weird. Might be strange. I don't know. All y'all talk to y'all dogs? I feel like you do. I definitely do. And I don't care to hide it and not show it and not be about it, because I like my dogs a lot. I don't really love my dogs to the point that I need them and I have to be with them, but they some dogs. And if I lose a dog, I lose a dog. I get another dog and I have another dog. I like dogs, but I'm not like they're animals, people. But something that we need to make sure is that we're not putting, even with that, that's one of the biggest issues I think I have with working with people and their dogs. Is you like it too much, like it's a human, like it's your slave, like it's your they can't do anything unless you do something type animal, and they end up being extremely anxious, extremely paranoid, extremely frightened, extremely just thrown off. And in reality, it's crazy. I walk into households when I see this, I know what's going on. That you've got a partner in your household, or a child or something in your household that is constantly telling you you're worthless, you're meaningless, you're pointless, you're never gonna make it, you're stupid, you're slow, you're fat, you're skinny, you're ugly, you're no good. They're constantly saying that stuff to you. So then you need something to hold on to be able to shower out more, say, words of affirmation to that animal. And then you just keep doing that. And then the animal just has like this disgusting attachment to you that you're not sure exactly how to be able to get away from it once you just build this over anxious, overexcited, over just crazified dog on you that I know exactly what's going on. Because you're not having very clear communication at all going on around where someone's saying something but they're actually meaning something different, and then they're doing something and then they're actually meaning something different, and things just get really thrown off. So with these people, we really need to make sure that we are staying very firm with the understanding that they are inside just how they're thinking and what they're doing and how they go on from a day-to-day basis, that they are just baby children, that they are not able to process like an adult, that they do not know how to have an adult-like conversation, because every time something gets a little sticky, sometimes things get a little iffy, sometimes when things just get a little challenging, they just revert into throwing what you would see a 5-year-old do is a temper tantrum, that they just start screaming, they just start yelling, they just start going wild, they just start doing savage things, they just start going all out, and they can't even control it, they can't even stop it. And you watch them just sitting there just going crazy, just being all wild. They just can't stop it, they can't control it, they can't figure it out, they can't even try to hide it once it gets too far. They try their best to try to hide it, they'll do their absolute premium of premiums to hide it out in public. They'll do everything they can in public to just look so perfect, look so pristine, look so awesome, look so great, but then when they get behind closed doors, they're going to turn it into something that's just absolutely completely different, something that you just never know what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, what they're doing, what they're thinking, how they're thinking, why they're thinking, what's going down. You have no idea. You look at them, you see them sitting on the couch, you're just like, I'm not sure what's about to happen here. I think that y'all you trying to fight me. You mad at me. You got no idea what's going on. So then that's the whole concept of walking on eggshells. That you're walking around not sure what to do, how to do it, how to speak, how to say, because that person is just treating you like a child, like a 3 to 5 year old child, like just a small baby child that doesn't know how to actually communicate something out, that doesn't know how to do anything out, that they're just staying very small, very simple, very little minded with what their capabilities are. So then they just have to lash out on you because they know you know how to do, how to be, how to function, how to make stuff happen, how to be able to make the world awesome, how to be able to help people, how to be able to do stuff, how to be creative, how to have hobbies, how to have things to do, how to be able to do all that. That you know how to do all that, but they don't know how to do that. So that they just try to make sure that you can't do it. It's just so weird on why the system that we live in, the system how we are out here, the system of how the system is that we don't have the opposite effect of that going on. Where the opposite effect of that going on would be a beautiful thing. It would be like the most amazing of amazing times of being on this planet, of having a good understanding that if you see someone who's acting irrational, who's acting like a child, who's acting just using these foolish names and these foolish words, that the person who is, let's say, grown up is able to come in and be able to help that person, to be able to like teach that person how to be able to grow up. But instead, we live in a system where we allow the children to be able to run the world and be able to bring down those people that are all doing all right, doing good, and are able to take care of themselves. So the system that we live in is like crazily, totally, absolutely backwards. It's backwards to the point that we allow the children to run and maintain this world and tell us what to do, how to do, where to go, tell us that we're stupid and slow and pathetic and worthless and can't get and can't be and can't nothing. And then the adults just oh, okay, I know I am, I know this, I know that. It's so weird that if we live the other way, and we need to get back to the other way. We need to be able to call these children out for what they're doing and how they're being, and being able to get them to understand that they're not right and they're wrong, something's going on with them, and we need to be able to educate and be able to not deal with is the main thing. Not deal with the situations that they're trying to bring upon us, to be able to just move away, stay over there, and they stay over there. And then once they start to just have to, say, marinate in their own aloneness, marinate in their own isolationness, that they're going to have no choice but to just force themselves to have to be able to grow up and figure out how to be able to be able to, say, get back into, say, society, to be able to, say, mingle around people again. Because if we just completely start ignoring these people, we're going to start noticing a whole different world of a shift, and it's going to bring out a new habit, a whole new habit of shift, to be able to make sure that we are not catering to that we are not catering to making sure that we're giving into we're giving into what these people are always just demanding and wanting and forcing and needing from us. That we're constantly just growing up and moving forward and doing great things on this planet, instead of just doing the same old and ended up going downhill and feeling worthless and feeling pathetic and feeling meaningless and feeling so sad and feeling so damaged and feeling so any of this, that you really want to get away from that and get out of that. And we need to start pushing these people away that are constantly doing stuff like that to us. We need to just keep pushing them away. We need to push them so far away that they are no longer able and capable and have any sort of pull, any sort of say into what it is that we're doing. And then we need to have a whole shift of habits of thinking to be able to force us and get us to be able to get into a whole different world, a whole different way of thinking on this planet. And the whole different way of thinking on this planet is start to do what it is that you want to do. Start to do what it is that you need to do. Start to take care of what it is that you need to take care of. Instead of listening to what these people have to constantly keep saying to you, constantly keep listening to what these people keep on trying to want to bring to you and do to you, so that you could just go ahead and make a decision to actually get these projects done, get these tasks done, get all of this creative stuff you have inside of you actually done, and not just start something for 5 seconds and then just quit it because all in your mind you're just thinking, I'm stupid, I'm worthless, I'm pathetic, I'm meaningless, I'm never going to be able to do this, I can't do this, why do I even think about doing this, why do I think about trying this, why do I even think about that, why just going down that horrible way of thinking, that you need to get out of that and step away from that. And I know some of us are challenged where we have said people that are really close to us, that you in reality you need to start getting a good understanding of how to be able to get yourself out of it without worrying about them, and get yourself free and clear and do what it is that you need to do, and start focusing on what it is you need to focus on, and start to realize that you are not, say, the problem, and they are not the problem. The problem is just an overall everything that's been going on, that now you need to make a decision that, do you want to still stay in that problem, do that problem, knowing that you're in that problem, or do you want to do something about it to be able to get yourself through that problem? Because there's just one thing that I just know for a fact. One thing that I just know for 100% fact. When you remove yourself, not even physically, but when you remove yourself mentally from someone who is trying to damage you, who's trying to destroy you, when you do not allow them and their words and their things and anything that they try to do to you to try to damage you anymore, that other person is going to have no choice but to, one, come along with it, or two, just leave you alone. And depending on the situation that you're in, both of those are going to be a better ideal situation for you to be able to do something great on this planet, because we need you to do something great on this planet and not just be a slave to just one person or two people that you feel like you have to just keep on performing for and doing for and being for. And you got to do something for the millions and billions of us that are out here, and you got something to be able to provide to absolutely all of us out here, and not just one person. And that's a concept that these people do not understand. How is it that you are able to help and want to help and can be around and want to be around so many people on this planet, that you don't just want to do for them? You don't want to just be their slave. You don't want to just be consumed inside of just them and not have any sort of influence out here on this world and in this planet. And that's something that it's I don't know, it's just crazy to me. And especially me just knowing that there is a difference between, say, a man and a said woman, that a woman does do different things than a man should be doing, but there's still should never be a situation where the woman is just doing absolutely nothing, and she has no freedom and no access and no availability to be able to do. We don't live, even if we did live 1,000 years ago, that's still not the way of life. That's still not the way of being. In reality, I feel like today is worse than 1,000 years ago. And people will say, whoa, Mark, like, I don't know. But I'll say today is very different based on what I see and how I see ladies out here acting today. That you think you're in control, you think you're on the top, you think you're independent, you think you're doing that, but in reality, you are way more enslaved today than you've ever been before in any sort of history that's going on right now. And you may look at me and laugh at me and say, that's silly, but I do my research, I watch, I see, I pay attention, I hear what y'all saying, I see what y'all is doing, and I'm telling you, you are way more enslaved today than you've ever been. And a lot of y'all aren't in no relationships, don't even want none of that, don't want no marriage, don't want none of that. And then you come to realize, like, you're running yourself into a jam in the end, in the future, where you realize that you are way more enslaved than you ever thought you ever were. And you end up just feeling man, I see what's coming, and it's unfortunate. I'm sorry. The way that things have led and the things that way have been, but it's not under my control. It's not under your control. It's under the control of just everything that's been going on around us. That in reality, that's where I have a very good understanding of the book of Matthew in the 7th chapter and the 1st verse is don't be judging, or you're going to be judged the exact same way. And that's something that I have a very, very good understanding of, and a very, very good just inside of me of you do what you got to do. And I'm not gonna say you're good, you're bad, you're anything. I'm just gonna allow it and see what's going on and see what's gonna happen. And that's why when I see and I say and I talk about someone being, say, a little child and treating them as such, that's the only thing that you can do, because you cannot look at them as a successful intellectual human being that's an adult because of the things that they're doing and things that they're saying and the things that's going on around them. An adult is not going to belittle you, is not going to look at you and say ruthless and cruel and evil words to you. A child would. A child would definitely do that in a heartbeat because they don't know. They don't know how to control themselves. They're living in their feelings and just, I got to just lash out and do and say what it is I got to do and say right now without having any sort of idea or understanding of what the repercussions of that are going to be. And then you run into the situation where those repercussions are pretty bad, but then you just keep going and going and going and going and going to make sure that that person doesn't have any say, anything to be able to move forward with moving on with their life, to be able to do something on this planet. And that's something that I feel like we as a people need to be very, very careful of, what it is that's going on around us and what it is that keeps coming to us and what it is that we keep bring around us. That if you're a person that someone is always constantly looking at you and belittling you and just constantly just yelling at you, constantly just treating you like crap, you need to be very careful of what the energy is that you're putting out into the world and what face you're putting out to the world, for the world to keep on bringing that to you, to keep on doing that to you, because you still haven't put boundaries up in place to be able to make sure that you're moving away from and getting away from this damaging stuff that's going on with you, this damaging things that are happening to you, that you're still just, you're bound, you had no walls up, set up to be able to deflect that and make that stay out there. You still are accepting that information as its truth. You're still accepting people's criticism as if it's just negative, ruthless criticism. I'm not talking criticism to try to help you and get you into a better place and see the best in you, but criticism in just trying to destroy you, trying to damage you. And there's you can see it clean as day when someone's trying to do that to you, as opposed to when someone's trying to help you. When they're trying to help you and give you criticism, it's not going to be words of just ruthless words of you stupid and you pathetic, and none of that type stuff is going to come from constructive criticism. But when someone is criticizing you and they're trying to absolutely destroy you, you need to be very careful that you pump the brakes on that person, you get that person out of your life, and you move on with your life, realizing that that person is so toxic that they are not allowed to even be close to me, be in my life, be able to do anything with me in my life. And that's something that I feel like more and more of us really need to take a good hard look at, the people that are in our lives, to start to get a better, clear understanding of how to be able to manage and take care of things in our personal endeavors of what we really want to do on this planet, instead of feeling as if we're just constantly doing for them and thinking that I can't this because they said that that's stupid, I can't that because they think that that's stupid, and I can't go over there because they think that that's stupid. That you need to be able to figure out what it is that's good and satisfies you, not in a way of just I could do whatever I want. No, you need to do it in a way of you're an adult on this planet and you realize that there are other adults on this planet, and start to make sure that we are taking care of each and every single adult on this planet and not trying to make them seem as if they're stupid and foolish and pathetic and crazy and whatever else on this planet. That's when we're going to start to be able to evolve and upgrade as a human being and a human species on this planet. Because of right now we are, unfortunately, just from what I see, what I constantly keep running into, what I constantly keep just stumbling upon, we are like going downhill as a people, just having more complications, having more strife, having more drama, having more, no more wars, none of that, but just more small interpersonal wars of inside of the families, wars inside of the children, wars in greater wars than any sort of massive major war could possibly even bring to us. That we're having battles on our own street corners that are just, people don't want to be, people don't want to talk, people, you believe this and you believe that, you stupid for this and you stupid for that, and children and parents that are doing that and going crazy and just not understanding each other. We are having these massive, tiny little wars going on every single day that is bringing us to a point of absolute standstill. Because I'm telling you, people, where's the new inventions at? Where's the new creativity at? Where's the new awesomeness at? Where's the new movies at that are like so cool and so creative and so new that that's not even new anymore, that we're just doing the same old, same old, same old for the past 20 plus years now. We haven't been upgrading, we haven't been evolving, we haven't been growing, we haven't been doing all that because we've been listening to an entire group of people that want to still act like and be like children, that are trying to tell the whole adult population that you're nothing, that you're worthless, that you're pathetic, that we need to start switching these roles around so that we can start growing up and start evolving and starting to be able to do stuff again on this planet the way that we used to be able to do it. Because today we're headed in a very, very downward spiral, unfortunately, right now. Like we have no one that, not no one, it's never no and it's never this. It's always generalized when I say what I say. But we have a situation where majority of people just do not want to get along with majority of people. And when that keeps on happening, we're never going to possibly get anything new done. We're not going to have a new vehicle that we're driving. We're not going to have new roadways that we're using. We're not going to have new products that come to market. We're not going to have new movies that come to market. We're not going to have new anything that comes out. We're not going to have any new ideas of how we should really be doing with school, how schools should be for children. We're not going to have any new things of how college education needs to change up a little bit, because the way that it is right now just doesn't fit for how life is today. Going to school for 4 to 6 years to get a degree, to go work somewhere, just it's old. That's old. That's 100 years old. We have a whole new system out today even with this YouTube stuff that we're doing, this TikTok stuff, this Instagram stuff. We've got a whole new realm of stuff that's going on today that's not even, we don't even get educated about that anymore, or anymore at all, at zero at all. That we have so much more new going on that we're not actually focusing on doing any of these new programs. All the politics that's going on, we're at a standstill, going nowhere. That stuff worked the way that it worked, the way the elections worked, the way all that worked 100 years ago. But today, we're in a whole new today. That all that stuff is still set up to work in the 1950s. We're in 22, headed to 23 right now. 20 of 22, not 1922. That sometimes it feels like that's what we're headed to is right now is 1923. Like we're like 100 years behind going into that direction, that we're not moving forward because we're allowing the wrong people to be able to control and manipulate and be able to take absolute mass leadership over the adults on this planet. We're allowing the feelings and the right nows and the I need it this seconds to be able to control and manipulate every other person on this planet. And that's something that is not heading us to being able to do great things. We're at best a standstill from 30, 40 years ago, and all we're doing is just going worse and worse with having good interactions and bringing new stuff to light and having more skills, being able to do some stuff. Because something as simple I can say with that is like, people, just look at your dogs in your house. We're not getting better as a human species with taking care of them. Today, there's more kids killed, there's more people bit, there's more dogs being put down because they don't know how to stop biting and killing other dogs. There's more of that going on today than ever before. How are we getting better as a species if we're losing the skills, being able to even how to take care of a simple dog inside of our house, and how to take care of, be able to grow some veggies to be able to eat, how to be able to take care of some animals to be able to eat, how to be able to change the oil and change a tire on our car to be able to start driving. How to be able to fix basic stuff around our house. How to be able to fix your water heater, and fix your air conditioner, and fix your heater, and fix some basic electrical stuff. And we don't do any of that anymore. We as a human being species are going so far down away from all of that stuff that we don't know how to take care of any of that. And we have an issue, we need to hire this person, hire that person, get this person. And that's probably why majority of people are so broke right now, because you don't know how to fix anything. You got to hire someone in that's going to charge you $1,000, and it could have taken you 15 minutes and 20 minutes of your money to be able to actually fix on your own. But we don't have the skills anymore to be able to do anything. And I feel like we're just headed down, 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 because we're allowing people that are in it for just quick right now. We're in it for just, and they got the right words to say. And they got the right way to be, and they're just super slick with how they act. But they're not actually helping us and guiding us and getting us into a better place situation. They're just getting us for a quick, fast fix so that they can keep on getting that quick fix and move on, a quick fix and move on. And just kind of keep doing that to every single person, and then just destroying every single person along the way. With every single product that's being sold today is just to destroy your ego, destroy your presence, destroy your being. We got more and more makeup and trying to be sold to women. We got more and more eyelashes and nails and hair extensions and all this stuff to just sell to you, to say to you, you ugly. You know you ugly, so you need this to make yourself look pretty. You need this to be able to make yourself look acceptable. You need this to be able to make yourself presentable, to be able to go outside. That's what they're selling to you, saying to you every single time you get an ad for a makeup ad that's saying, this is right, foundation is gonna work for you. No, they're saying you are ugly. You need to correct yourself to be able to go out in public. And that's so ridiculous to me. And I don't know if y'all read that the way that I read it. That's how I read it. When someone is sending to me some dieting stuff, it's saying to you are fat, you need to lose weight, you need to get more acceptable. That's what that language is saying to you. And I don't think that you guys are really quite understanding that that's what's going on, where they're saying that you need this, this, and this, and this. It's not just ladies, it's guys as well, where the ads that go to the guys is you need this watch, you need this chain, you need these specific type of shoes, you need this specific type of pants in this shirt to be able to be presentable, to be able to go outside, to be able to get something done. And it's just lying to you. It's all just absolute trash, where it's these kid-like, mind-like people that just want to try to control the entire world, and then they got all of us just moving. Oh, if I don't have that, then I'm not sure I'm going to do it. Oh, I need that, or I'm not going to be able to make it happen. Or I do this because I want to do it. I do it for me. I dress up for my own self. Like, get the heck out of here. Why would you want to spend 3 hours a day making yourself look a certain way to go out for 15 minutes? Wouldn't you rather spend those 3 hours as something that was actually like a little more uplifting and great to you in your life, instead of feeling like you have to look a certain way to be able to go outside? I don't think people realize or even think about this way, that they're just stuck in their minds of trying to please everybody else instead of trying to stay stuck in the mind of doing what it is that I got to do and do what it is that I need to focus on. And I know that that's what makes me a very, very dangerous person on this planet, because I don't do what I see people do. I do what I got to do. I do what I need to do. And I stay focused on what I need to stay focused on. And there's a whole lot of people, not a whole lot of people, but a whole lot of people that are on that same mission, on that same life, that they're very, very dangerous people, because they're not influenced on what someone else has to say, what someone else is going to do, that they got to do everything in their power to try to come to you and try to say anything they can to try to throw you off, to get you off, to try to damage you, slander you, destroy you, try to make you feel defeated, trying to make you feel worthless, trying to make you feel meaningless, trying to make you feel all that. That I still get that every single day today. People trying to do that to me. And it's just, you can't do it anymore. You can't do nothing. You can't say nothing. You can't be about nothing. You can't ignore me even anymore, to the point of trying to get me in my feelings, to like make me not want to do, not want to be, not want to perform, not want to make something happen. That it's such an interesting society that we live in today, that we're backwards, and we need to get back on track so that we can start growing and start being better as a people on this planet. And that's something that I really want to start challenging more and more people with, is making sure that we are putting our children in our place and getting ourselves in a nice, secure, comfortable, satisfying, respectable place, so that we can keep on moving forward and keep on doing what it is that we need to do on this planet, instead of just being slaves. Get down. I got a second side of this leash, Johnny. Come here. Come here. I'm gonna toggle you, both of y'all together. Both of y'all get down. We need to challenge ourselves to make sure that we are. I told you I got 2 leashes. I got 2 leashes on 1 leash. I'm good to go, guys. I'm always hooked up. I'm hooked up on, clever, on smart, on persistent, consistent, and obedient like absolute no other. And that's just who I am, what I am, and what I'm all about. But I challenge everyone to be more consistent, persistent, and be on it, and be on time, and be there, and know what's going on, and make happen what you need to make happen. I challenge everyone to be able to be able to know that what you say is what you're going to do, and you do everything that you say that you're going to do. And that's something that I feel like is the only way, and the only way that we're going to be able to upgrade our lives and upgrade our existence on this planet, is by doing that, instead of just allowing these people to just keep pushing your buttons and keep challenging you, and keep trying to just mess with you. And it's as simple as that. It's as simple as this dog right here, that I say down to him, and he just looks at me like, no, I'm not going to do it. And I said, dude, that's not the way this world works. This world works in the way that you do exactly what it is that I'm looking for. And if you decide not to do that, then there's going to be consequences to that. So we have to make sure that we follow through with those consequences, and don't just let that go and just let that be and let that happen. Because that's how this world functions. And I'm not sure that people don't quite understand that that's the way that this world really truly actually is. That you think that you could just do whatever you want and there's going to be no consequences that come come back to you. And you need to make sure that I challenge you to start paying close attention to making sure that you are not allowing what someone else has to say to you to deter you from doing what it is that you need to do. I challenge you to make sure that you are not allowing someone's silence to control you and manipulate you into doing something that you don't want to do and that you don't want to be a part of anymore. That we need to start gaining more control over ourselves. We need to start gaining control over our beings. We need to start gaining control over who we are and not allowing the people or anything to be able to deter us, to get us thrown off, to change us, to get us to stop doing what it is that we need to do, stop doing what it is that we want to do, stop doing what it is that, in reality, that we absolutely have to do to be able to be sane, healthy, wholesome people on this planet. That we need to start gaining more control of ourselves and not allowing people to just start making us react and making us move and making us jump and making us go and walking around and not sure what to say, because if I say this wrong, and then they're going to be this way with me, and they say that wrong, and then they're going to be this way with me. That making sure that you're staying on top of what you need to do, staying on top of what you need to focus on instead of listening to these people. And with that said, I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for allowing my dogs right now, right here, to just really push me to the point of saying, Mark, Mr. DuBose, you think you're going to be able to make me do this? You think you're going to make me be able to do that? And I'm just so thankful that they still like to challenge me, so that I know that every time they challenge me, it's only something for us to be able to get into a better situation next time. It's only something for me to be able to upgrade our existence the next time. That when they challenge me, when things are just going so smooth, when they just listen and they just down, when they just come and they just hang out, and they're just always being so perfect, we've capped. And then for me, I just want to keep getting better. I want to keep getting better and keep getting better. And so that, for me, it comes with a challenge. You got to bring a challenge to get better. You can't just stay at the same old. That for me, I don't know what it is, but I just enjoy that. And that's something that I'm a real big advocate for, of understanding that the only way that you're really going to get better is to have a challenge come to you. And when those challenges come to you, though, that's the key thing. That I'm so thankful to be able to be a person, to be able to just follow through with those challenges and be able to accept those challenges, not break down and shut down from those challenges, but be able to work hard straight through those challenges, be able to make those challenges happen, be able to make those challenges good to go, and be able to just keep on being super persistent. And that's why everything around me is always going to keep getting better and better and better. And that's why, for me, I'm so thankful for the fact of everything that keeps happening to me. That when I was having challenge after challenge with raising these baby chicks before, batch after batch, trying to figure this out, figure that out. And then I just saw those challenges, and then I worked on those challenges. I saw those challenges, I got past and through those challenges. And then now when I see how they are in there, what's going on in there right now, I'm like, thank you, because those challenges helped me be able to get to the point that now I can raise larger and larger groups and have a good understanding of what exactly it is that I need to do. The same thing with especially these dogs here today. That not much of Oreo, he always challenges me, and he's different. He'll always be different to me than Johnny, because his intelligence level is like, it's scary sometimes, and it impresses me like absolute other. And I'm so thankful to be able to be a part of, I don't know why and I don't know how, it lined up for me to get this dog and have this dog, and this dog be how he is, and how it lined up with how we got linked up, and how it was that I was not even knowing anything about training dogs officially, or having any insight, but just knowing how to be able to manage him and take care of him for the first 2 years that I had him, 3 years in reality. And I was able to keep him satisfied with doing what it is he needed to do. But I'm so thankful for he's just so intelligent that he knows how to think things through and to be able to make some stuff happen, that I could have him behind a locked gate and I could tell him to come here, and he knows how to push that gate open, shut that gate, come to me no matter where I am, no matter what I'm calling, and no matter where I am on the property. I could tell him to go home, and he'll come up here and he'll paw open that gate if it's shut, and he'll walk inside, and then he'll go and get into his crate. It is absolutely phenomenal. When I tell him to do certain things, that I tell him to wait here and stay there and do this, he's able to look at me dead in the eye and just like constantly just studying what it is that's going on and figuring out how to do very, very extreme complex tasks. Like, he doesn't just do here, down. He'll do all kinds of other 50 different things in between that, and he's able to perform it and be able to make it happen. That this dog is absolutely incredible. This dog, he's cool. He's not that smart. When I tell him here, and he doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to process through to figure it out. I'm telling you, this dog will go through 4 or 5 gates, 4 or 5 different areas to figure out how to be able to get to me if I call him. That he'll get that gate and this gate and that other gate and the other gate, and he'll just figure it out and somehow find and get to me. He processes it through and says, okay, that gate's shut. That's too high to go. Maybe I should go around. It's just absolutely incredible. I don't know how to say other than it's absolutely incredible to see how it is with these dogs, with this dog, to see what it is that he's actually capable of doing and what it is that he's just so smart, and it's so fun to be able to be around. And for him, he challenges me every day, all day, over and over, and I love it because every single time he does, we just upgrade. That's why every single time I tell him down like 3 times, and he's like, I just keep telling it to him, and we're getting through it, and we're gonna get better, and we're gonna be premium to premium soon enough one day. And if I never do, I'll just get another one from his breeder and start all over again and do it all over again. And I'm so happy and I'm so thankful and so grateful to be able to be a part of this, be able to do this, that sometimes I'm a little firm. I'm a little firm because I can feel the pushback, I can feel the neglect, I can feel the attitude, I can feel it in there. So I have to be firm to let them know that I'm strict, I'm very consistent, I'm very on it, and I have to be firm sometimes when I can feel that backlash. You can't just be sweet and, oh, you don't want to down, let me throw a treat down there for you to get down. That's not going to give you a better animal. That's going to give you something that's going to get worse in reality. It's not even going to stay the same. It's only going to get worse. You got to have a good understanding of animals to be able to actually work with them. That I don't think that us just today have a good understanding. I clearly know that we don't today have a good understanding because I can just see what goes on with everybody. That I don't have an issue or worry of my dogs are going to bite me, my dog's going to chew on me, my dog's going to this, my dogs are going to be mad at me, my dogs are going to be sad at me. I don't look at them at all that way. That someone would say, oh, he's sad sitting here, laying here right now, that dogs don't understand that. That's a human being putting that on to a dog, making you think that that's what they're thinking. If you're depressed, you think your dog's depressed. If you're excited, you think your dog's excited. Like you think too much for them, and they're basic, simple, I don't want to say meaningless because my dog, especially this dog, has purpose, but that dog there is essentially just a pet dog that has no meaning other than just hanging out and just relaxing and just being and just doing, where he doesn't do anything. And so he's in reality out here just getting fed good food for doing absolutely nothing. But that's something that we need to work on, that he needs to get out of here and he needs to get a new home the same way that May's about to be out of here in a couple of days. And I'm kind of happy about that, but at the same time nervous about that. But it is what it is, that she's going to move on to something greater, something better, and something that's going to maybe fulfill her a little bit more of what it is that she's looking for. And I'm just so thankful to be able to keep on doing this. I'm so thankful to see my baby chicks. Like, they double in size like every week, I think. I think that's what it is, that they pretty much double every week. So I'll keep bringing you along on seeing what they look like, seeing what they're doing, and seeing how they act, and seeing their behavior changes with them. That the more I hang with them, the more. At first they were very, very, very scared of me, but today I can walk in there, hang out with them, and they don't all just run away. They just look up, they're like, oh, dude's in here, and they'll just go back to eating and drinking and doing whatever it is that they were doing. So we have a very, very good understanding of today that they're no longer going to be. They should never really be scared of me. The more I hang out with them, that I see them, we're together, we're doing what it is that we need to do, and we just keep on gaining more and more respect to the day that it's time for them to go. And that's the main thing, that I want to make sure that they're not scared, they're not nervous, they're not paranoid. And that's what, to me, just gives a better tasting, awesome food to be able to eat. A food that's not just, they live a good life, they live a happy life, they live a satisfying life all the way up to their last day. And they're not stressed out, they're not scared, they're not irritated, they're not pissed off, they're not any of that. They're good to go, and they're hanging out. And I'm so thankful to be able to have the skills needed to be able to do that, and have the time to be able to do that, and have the patience. Patience is the number one thing, people. You need to have patience to be able to do stuff like this. That this isn't something for you to just come in and be fast and be mean and be ruthless. That you got to have patience. You got to be calm. You got to be relaxed. You got to understand that when your dog disrespects you, he does something that you're telling him not to do, and he's just not doing it, that you can't come at him with anger and just, I'm going to beat you, because that really is going to set the tone absolutely wrong. It's not going to do any teaching, do anything. And that's the same thing with human beings, that when you got these, I don't know how to say it, other than these children that want to try to dominate and control, when you have them, you're not teaching if you come back at them with the same stuff that they're doing to you. You're not teaching at all. If they're calling you worthless, you calling them worthless back is not teaching or doing anything. You them telling you meaningless and actually physically harming you, and outside of even mentally abusing you, you're not teaching them anything at all by doing that. You're just teaching them to keep doing that. And we need to be able to teach them in a different way. Teach them in a calm, relaxed, patient, comforting way, not in a way that's going to allow them to keep on getting what it is that they need. And with that said, I want to head on out of here and do what it is I need to do now. I'm kind of very thankful that it didn't rain on me right now, because it's got a good mist going right now, and actually feels really comfortable, feels really good. And the first day being able to really test the baby chicks out, because it's starting to get cold. It's going to get cold again here like today, tomorrow, or I think on Wednesday it's going to be cold again. So testing the situation out with the baby chicks, seeing how they act, seeing what it is that they actually need, and what it is that they require, and just having some fun out here, having some freedom to be able to have some fun out here, having some freedom to be able to do what it is that I want to do, and not feeling enslaved to someone else who's constantly telling me what I should do, what I should be about, how I do this and how I that. I get to do what it is that I want to do. And I want more and more people to be able to do that, to be able to get that background noise of all this craziness out there away, and just focus on what it is that you need to focus on. And I got to head on out of here. I hope y'all have a great day. Okay,